Hey, welcome back everybody. Today's video is to help those of you that are having spawn rate issues in your mob grinders. In the current version of the game, spawning works a little differently than Java. And because of that, some of you may be getting little to no spawns in your grinder. And I do have a solution that should increase your spawns by quite a bit actually. Now for this, I currently have my game mode set to peaceful. This isn't necessary. You can also use a bed right before you build your platform, and I'll try to explain that a little better later. The goal here is to reduce the spawns that are able to occur while you're building a platform. That may be a little confusing, but we'll get there in just a minute. So you're gonna need 29 obsidian to start, an efficiency 5 pickaxe, a flint and steel, and a couple stacks of blocks. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is go into the Nether. So where we are right now, mobs have been spawning within a 9x9 chunk area. And all of these mobs, including the passive mobs, are going to reduce the amount of spawns that you get within your grinder, because these will not despawn in the current version of the game. That is supposed to change in the next version. In 1.15, we are supposed to get Java mechanics. But as of right now, if you're holding out updating for a mod or for a server, this should help you increase your spawns quite a bit. So now I'm in the Nether, and we want to go at least 142 blocks in a horizontal path away from this portal. In the Nether, that translates to 18 blocks. I no longer recommend building over the water because aquatic animals seem to spawn in really quickly, and I believe that the passive mobs are going to reduce your spawn rates as well. So I have found a desert using a biome finder. If that's too cheaty for you, you're gonna just have to kind of keep trying until you get one. It's not necessary to build in a desert, but it seems that those are generally the closest you can get to sea level, and that's why I picked a desert. So I have one at -2, -180 in the Nether. So we're gonna head there now. And I will see you when we get there. Okay. So we're now relatively close to the coordinates I called out earlier. We are going to build an additional portal. Now, before you light this portal, you're going to want to go back, if you're not using peaceful, you're going to want to go back and sleep in your bed to make sure you have the maximum amount of time to do this. Because you don't want hostile mobs spawning in. You don't want any mobs spawning in. The idea behind this is we've traveled far enough away from our previously loaded chunks that there should be nothing spawned in this new chunk when we first generate it. So once we go through here, we want to get at least 64 blocks above the surface as fast as we possibly can. That's where this efficiency 5 pickaxe comes in handy. As soon as we go through, you're going to break one of these blocks. You're going to break your portal. And you'll see why in just a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and hop through. I'm going to get my blocks ready. Actually, I'm going to get my pickaxe ready. as fast as you can, you want to break your portal. And now you want to start stacking up as fast as you possibly can. Go directly up into the sky. And you need to be at least 64 blocks above that surface. Alright, I went about 5 extra blocks just to be safe, and now I'm just going to build a small platform. Okay, now that our platform is built, we can now build a new nether portal in roughly the same spot. Go ahead and light it, jump through, and you should come out at that first portal you built. Well, not the first portal, but yes, we came out in the portal that we built at -2 180. If I go back through, should come out on this platform again. This is perfect. So now nothing should be able to spawn down there. A few things probably spawned in while you were building up, but it shouldn't be too bad. Now that you're here, you can start building. With this being your very bottom floor, you can start building your mob grinder up from here, and nothing should be able to spawn outside of it. Now, I guess I'll go over just a few things in this video. Mob spawning now works in a sphere with a radius of 64. So building from here to sky limit is not going to get you more mobs. I would only recommend stacking maybe 5 or 6 high. That should generate quite a few mobs with this method. Obviously you need to go up from this platform 24 blocks, and then you can start building the spawning platforms. But people that are telling you that you can stack all the way to sky limit are just simply wrong. The further you go up, the smaller the width of your platforms get, and I'll cover that in my next video if you're interested. But honestly, knowing that these mechanics are getting changed soon, you may as well just build a couple tiers and leave it at that. But if you do want to go all out, I can tell you that the template I've built myself is, I think, 46,000 blocks just for the outside of it. So, I mean, if you're really trying to build this in survival and get the maximum spawns you can, go for it, but it's going to be a lot of work. And as always, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'm not always the best at explaining some of this stuff. I hope this helped you. Using this method, your spawn rates should increase exponentially. This eliminates the despawn problem in Bedrock, and it also eliminates the need for a perimeter. Because mobs are only going to spawn within 64 blocks down and 64 blocks up. So your perimeter is already made now that you've come up here. Like I said, there are multiple farm designs out there that you can use, and they should all work with this method. I will be releasing my design relatively soon. I've been pretty busy with work. but I am getting there. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll get to them as quickly as I can. Have a good one, guys. We'll catch you later.